Good morning. Oh, wait. It is not
Oh.
morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, my goodness. It is earnings time. Yeah, look, how weird. How weird to be here in the afternoon. Here with Jared. Hello,
Yeah,
Jared.
it's a funny feeling to be looking at the market right before it's gonna close, and then all the action starts.
Yeah. And then, and Brian should be joining us a little later. Mike was going to be here as well, but Mike had the emergency, equipment pickup, I'll say, for his daughter. So he's got a first year university student, and you know how they need stuff. So he's going to get stuff. So
Stuff.
in any event, yeah, we're waiting on Nvidia earnings. As expected, Nvidia didn't really do that much today. If I look at let's just look at the chart over the day here. You can see it. Not a big move. It did make a move, a little bit of a move down here midday, but we're talking about, what is this, like $4 maybe top to bottom. So it's yeah, it wasn't really that big of a move, and not unexpected. On the other hand, stocks like SMCI did make a great move down today. I mean, this chart looks tame, but from top to bottom, this one is $130, right? If you include the pre-market move. So big move on SMCI. So I was a little surprised by that. So we got a little bit more price action movement than we were anticipating. And I'm watching, well, we're just waiting to see what Nvidia is going to do. We still have a while. 420 is when earnings come out. And we'll see what happens. Between now and then, actually, we will have, you guys get to trade live maybe with a 1 to 10 trade. We'll see if we can do one of those for you. Don't know what the likelihood of that is, but we'll find out together. All right.
Yeah.
And I just want to check, guys. We are in the chat room. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
You can hear us. All good. Fantastic. Good to hear. Okay.
Some great conversation going on YouTube as well, as people are getting signed in here. So
Yeah.
I think like everybody, we're just kind of calming our nerves, relaxing and trying to execute in our mind what we want the market to do, even if it's not always to the benefit of investors. But we're gonna see which way this market moves. And kind of to reiterate what you were saying, Peter, Nvidia didn't necessarily have the most attractive intraday session, but we have been playing Nvidia back and forth between approximately 130 and 125 on the daily chart. So seeing it in balance is going to be kind of a big kicker for whether or not we break to the upside or the downside. And I'm kind of using those rough levels to kind of determine whether to take a long or a short on the stock.
My alarm went off for my 1 to 10 trade. For anybody that's new out there is not familiar with this, is a trade I take exactly at 10 minutes to the close. We got 30 seconds till that point. I got to pick my target stocks. I don't know what to watch. The semis probably are not the thing to watch on this today. I think I'm going to keep an eye on Apple and Tesla. So we'll see what they do. Tesla, I don't like it. It's right at VWAP, quite frankly, but Apple looks the best. We'll see if it does anything in about 5 seconds. For those that are members, you can get the outline of the trade. All right, we just hit the 10-minute mark. See if we get some volume and some price action here. We may not on a day like today when the markets haven't moved all that much.
Yeah. I mean, the overall market's also been kind of balanced out. I think Nvidia kind of echoes the posture over the past week or so. We've been at this level in the markets and on Nvidia since last Tuesday, arguably even Monday of last week. So bigger picture, Nvidia has not moved since last week, but the intraday action has been very favorable for those who like the up and down sort of momentum. So
Yeah,
I kind of agree with you, Peter. Like, there's not a lot going on in the markets until we get this report.
really got no volume on Apple, no volume on Tesla. Microsoft got a little bit of volume. You can see if I put up a Microsoft chart here for you guys. Oh my God, if I can type it. You can see that little bit of a volume spike on the 1 minute, but it didn't get any direction on it. So yeah, it's not looking great.
So a couple of questions kind of following the same theme here. And, I'm kind of highlighting what I'm seeing on NVIDIA's chart since we're about to, take effect into that report. You really have to be looking at your daily chart here and really taking into account the past week or so of price activity. Monday's range on NVIDIA from last week. So it's kind of like that giant topping session, even though we haven't gone down. That has defined a really nice support and resistance over the past, 7 days for NVIDIA. Now, is that a perfect science to where we want to buy it right over 130 or sell it right below 125? Not necessarily, but that's going to be kind of the triggers for whether or not we're talking about long or short. And because this stock has been balanced out for those numbers of days, we are looking for Nvidia to hit one of those levels in order to be confident that it's going to move beyond it. So, for those who are kind of thinking like, where could this stock be? Right now, we're roughly estimating about a $15 expected move. And what that means is Nvidia has the potential to move up or down $15 a share. So at its current price, we're kind of looking at it maybe closing around 127 if all is well and good here. And by closing at 127 plus 15 would put us in the all-time high ranges, obviously over the 140 levels. If we move to the downside, I'm kind of looking approximately at 110. And that's mostly because the 110 to 112 area is where NVIDIA broke its downtrend. So it's kind of like where the bull started to step up after the most recent sell off. So very key technical levels, but it's also where the option market prices the earnings.
Can't keep up with all the questions here on YouTube. But people asking if Andrew's going to join us. No, absolutely not. He's in the desert. He's out at Burning Man doing, I don't know, making pancakes. I don't know what he's doing.
Burning Man things.
Doing Burning Man things. That's right. Best not talked about. What happens in the desert stays in the desert. So, just to be clear, I did not get a 1 to 10 trade. There really nothing set up, so no trade opportunity there. And you may have heard that's Brian has joined us. Hello, Brian.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Getting ready for the fireworks, or maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. We really have no idea, do we?
Yeah. So
we'll all find out together.
Other stuff that happened that was kind of interesting today. Chewy got to $30 there, and kind of topped out, just as Jared had predicted.
I do tend to give good predictions, don't I?
Yeah.
It's almost like I have a read on the market sometimes.
We're gonna have to start calling him the Oracle. The Oracle of New Orleans.
If we keep track of my prices, we can start keeping an actual statistical document of all my trade ideas.
There you go. Kava is moving up a bit here. It's going to go to 119. The Cava Group. So we do have other interesting stuff coming up after the close here. CRM
drop on Apple.
Yeah.
Look at
a
Apple
big drop.
Move down right now.
Yeah. It was green earlier in the day.
Huh. Well, interesting.
Not a lot of
more
green on
volume
the
came in.
screen, though.
No, most things I'm looking at are red. A lot of red. You're right. The indices are red. All the top stocks I watch are all red. All of the semis are red. Red.
Red. Like I said, Cava's green, Chewy's green. The dollar is the UUP dollar index is green. I guess that means yields are off a little bit. Yields are down. XLF is actually just slightly in the green, and the KRE is in the green. XLF and KRE are the financial ETF, XLF, and KRE regional bank ETF, both up a little bit today. We're getting some selling now. So what do we got? We got CRM and Crowd pretty at 405.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely some other earning names to keep an eye on. Nvidia might be our last one to take a look at, but some interest in CRM for its expected move. It's about a $20 expected move, so plus or minus 20 on a $260 asset. Gives us a lot of range to work with there. I'm kind of interested in how Crowd reacts to given all the negativity it had this quarter. So
this is the first
to see that stock maybe recover.
First reporting session after the big debacle, but like I said this morning, we have to know that really there's going to be very little financial impact in this reported quarter from that event. However, there's sentiment there, right? And we know that stocks trade as much on sentiment as on the data. So like you said, Jared, it'd be interesting to see what happens, right? What people decide to do with it.
Exactly. So,
right.
Question in the
which
chat
comes
room?
first? CRM's first, then Crowd.
Yeah. So, question in the chat room: how do you work out the expected move? We often look at the roughly at the money straddle pricing, and certain platforms just give me the number at a glance. So, as far as pricing it out, the easy way to do it is to price out an at the money straddle. So just grab that premium number and it'll get you roughly where you need to be.
We're getting a comment in YouTube from Kevin Harris. No garbage truck today, please. So a lot of people
can't promise that. It'll be what it'll be. But we're last 30 seconds of the market here. So if you're in something you want to get out of before the bell, now's your chance. We're heading towards the close. And then, again, we've got 3 earnings. CRM first, then CrowdStrike, then, of course, the big one, Nvidia at 420. So we'll see what happens.
We also have over 400 people here watching. So if you can give us a like, we'd appreciate it.
There's the closing bell. So we're done. CRM should be reporting pretty immediately. Let me turn on my news feed thing here. See if I can tell you guys what I hear. If you're a Bearable Traders member, by the way, you have a live Benzinga Squawk feed, which is they've got probably the fastest news that you can get. So we should hear CRM's earnings the second they come out, or within a few seconds anyways.
got a thunderstorm outside, so hoping to stay active as long as possible here.
Rob, you're saying Delta, it's funny that Delta's suing Crowd. Have they decided to go forward with that? Because I know when Microsoft came out in support of CrowdStrike, I would have thought that might have deterred them, but...
Okay, CRM starting to bid.
All right, back just in time.
Hold on. They beat on earnings. CRM. So they beat on revenue and they beat on earnings. CRM.
It's always about the guidance. Ooh.
I'm seeing orders on CRM showing up at 268. So there are some people buying into this and looking to fill. 268 fills.
Ooh, big drop.
Big drop there, yeah. Not a lot of bid support on CRM. Hard to trade the equity side.
Yeah.
Option side, CRM's a little thin until we get to 280. So ideally expected move would be 280 before the end of the earnings here.
Yeah, first minute of earnings, we only had 23,000 shares that changed hands. We're up to twice that now, but still pretty relatively late volume. NetApp apparently had earnings as well, but I took a quick peek at NetApp, and it's doing absolutely nothing, zero volume. So nothing exciting going on there.
There is a large order at 270 on CRM.
Yeah, Shane, you might have a point. People might not want to get hammered when the Nvidia earnings come out, no matter what they might think of CRM or CrowdStrike for that matter, but we'll see.
Yeah, we've got a firm and CrowdStrike also on ZDF.
Yeah, a firm should be coming up at 405 as well. I mean, there are a few earnings today. They're all second-run companies. IREN, which shows up on our list occasionally, IREN. This is Iris Energy. It's a Australian energy / crypto mining / I don't know. They seem to want to have their fingers in a little bit of everything. AI company, but Victoria's Secrets reporting 415. 5 below.
All right.
5 not doing
Look
much
out
of
below.
anything.
Look out below.
CRM. Oops. CRM not doing anything. All right, CRM was sort of a dud.
Yeah, it's kind of now there's a big order at 266.
All right, let's switch our attention over to CrowdStrike. Their earnings should be coming out in a few seconds.
All right, CrowdStrike showing
CrowdStrike
activity.
Dropping. Yeah. Haven't heard earnings yet, but
a firm is going the other way. Firm has gone green. Oop, there goes Crowd.
CrowdStrike reversal. Okay.
CrowdStrike revenue of $936.9 million. Income of $13.8 million. What was their
quite a big
target?
spread.
959. Looks like they actually beat on both top and bottom line. So
Yeah, but so did Abercrombie and Fitch, and look where they ended up. So
yeah.
oh, here we go. Crowd's kicking it
Yeah.
a bit here.
Yeah.
Up to,
Jared,
up to
did you
that
buy at the
270.
bottom?
No, I'm trying to get filled actually. I'm having a little trouble getting filled on these. They're very, very fast. But
Yeah.
crowd's looking for about 300 on the expected move if we're talking bullish. I would ideally want to play it into 280, so there needs to be a good entry here.
There's no significant bids. Maybe at 280. There's some stuff showing up there on the level 2.
Oh, Aaron, look at you. Where'd you get in? 266, it looks like. Took some off at 273. You know, good for you.
Nice.
Yep.
Crowd, let's see. It's quieted down very quickly after the first little move.
And a firm is just basically hanging around yesterday's close. It's not really hasn't moved much.
Firm, yeah.
Nothing going on. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see on a firm. Nothing to see on CrowdStrike, really. It's also hanging around yesterday's close.
Yeah. This would have been a good strangle trade. Just buy, sell puts and calls outside of the trading range.
Yeah. Well, I hate to say it. They're sort of they're bin material here. It's not great on one of these. Yeah, there it goes. There's Carlos.
Where is Carlos? Where is Carlos?
He's on vacation.
Okay. Well, we'll let him.
We
we'll
do
let him
allow
go on
him.
vacation.
We do allow him to take vacation. Yeah, I see CRM sort of lost today. It's selling off, but the volume's been consistently low here. We're only talking about 30,000 shares a minute, so not that much price action,
really
frankly.
No.
CrowdStrike is looking like it's going to run the same way. CrowdStrike didn't even get the big volume spike that at least CRM got a big volume spike initially before it settled down. You can see here right after 4, CrowdStrike didn't even get that. So, yeah, it's pretty lame. Well, keep in mind, that's not why we're really here.
I would give CrowdStrike more room here because there are people starting to ask for 275 and above. So
all right.
I know it's not moving right now, but it's setting up for a run.
And there is an order. There is a bigger order at 280 as well. Oops. Except it's going the opposite direction. I'm wondering what kind of impairment charges they're going to talk about for the disruption. We know at least one airline's suing them. Maybe more.
I don't think they're going to get very far with that, but
Oh, I don't know.
Good luck to them.
Pretty big spread on this. If you wanted to trade Crowd, it'd be $1.50.
Yeah, it's jumping up to about $3, down to 80 cents.
Yeah.
It's you can see that the volume is pretty light when you get that much variation in the spread.
It's interesting. Nvidia's starting to sell off here even before we're getting any numbers out of it. So I'm not really sure what that's about. But Nvidia's down now. It's down $2.50 from where we closed. AMD.
Yeah, AMD volume's a lot lower.
Yeah. So we got a bounce CrowdStrike off the view, bounced right off that VWAP, 265.
Bounce, wow, baby, bounce.
That's the second VWAP trade I missed today.
Eli, what did you trade here? AFRM.
Most of the orders on Crowd are
at
the 275s.
That firm is ripping. That was a little sneaky move there.
One thing that I'll mention, Eli, just keep in mind that I noticed you're trading in a sim account, which is great practice. No worries about that. When you're trading after hours, just know, or just lightly traded stocks at any time in the day, the one thing that I don't like about the simulators is they can't simulate actual fills. So basically, as long as there's a bid or ask, you always get filled in the sim. Whereas the reality is when you're trading after hours, like Jared was talking about earlier, sometimes it's harder to get a fill. Like your order just sits there and then you get filled off of the bid and ask because it's got to move before you get that fill. So just as you're building a strategy and you're setting expectations for your trades, just don't always assume, especially trading after hours, that you're going to get the exact same quality of fills that you see in the sim. So. And stops don't work. You have to have Katie. You have to have the right type of stop. But you're right. If you just put stops in, no, they generally don't work. I don't use stops after hours because I just don't trust them.
Usually, I don't think you can use a stop after hours. Won't allow you.
Yeah, not the preset ones. I don't think they work at all. Like you can sort of have. I've got these like limitable market orders that'll sometimes sit there till they get filled. So it's almost like having a stops sort of, but not really. You can't just do it like you do during market hours where you set something way out of the price and then wait for it to come hit you.
Let her rip, baby.
Let her rip. So a firm is moving. It's moving decently well.
Just long a little of firm just to see if we get to 37.
Brian just wants to be part of history.
Yeah. I'm in at 36, so that's a little scary right there. Jumping around.
Jump around.
Yeah,
now, don't you go playing your music like you do sometimes, Brian. We don't have license for that stuff. So
okay, yeah, I know. I won't be doing that. Not when we're on YouTube.
Yeah. There you go, Kyle. You can quote the lyrics.
36.50.
Do you think our algorithms are good enough? That,
profit,
if I sing
profits 36.50.
If I sing a song really poorly, that they'll pick it up as a version of the song that I'm not licensed to use. I don't know.
Come on,
how good do you think YouTube's algorithms
We can try it.
We can give it a
let's not
try,
do that.
Peter. What do you?
How about
No,
we
because
not do that right before earnings?
no,
Yeah.
if they are good enough, then we just get ourselves banned, right? So let's not do that. Am I saying
Yeah,
it's not good
I
enough to
think
get myself banned? Other
I
than
think you should do
karaoke?
Stairway to Heaven.
We do have over 600 people now watching, so we
Here we
don't want
go.
them to get kicked out.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go. That is a big if, Mike. I'll give you that. But
Firms getting
Try
pushed
some
into these
ACB.
37 orders.
yeah, Brian,
Here
you're
we
almost
go.
there.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm half out though. Come on, baby, give me 37.
37.
I know you're
About a
gonna pop.
firm.
I know you're going to do it. Come on. Oh, there we go.
CRM
There you go.
and Crowd recovered.
Oh, that didn't last
Out.
long, but you did get the pop.
Out. Yeah, I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out. It might run more, but
Excellent.
37.32 back on April 1st.
We'll see if CrowdStrike can get itself back up over the 274 here. It's
That's right,
still getting a
Jay.
little
That's it.
volume, but it's getting a little spottier here.
Okay.
Good for the heart.
Surprisingly, a firm is surprisingly getting good volume. So
Yeah.
So I'm starting to see orders build on the level 2 for Nvidia, and this is in preparation for the earnings reaction. So unfortunately, there's not like a single side of the market that's standing out, and I do have bids down into the 118s. So we could be selling first.
The only big
what's the
ask I
expected
see-
move?
15.
15.
The only
bucks?
the only big area of liquidity I see right now on the on Bookmap is at 130, and there is another area at 140. 130 kind of disappeared. Now they put it in at 135, and big one at 140.
Yeah, I'd be curious if they might have to move prices down first to kind of fill these bids, and then use that to start to fill those larger orders. But we'll need to kind of experience the reaction here.
All right, we got just over a minute 15 till they're supposed to come out. Starting to see a little more movement here on Nvidia. We were talking about this earlier. Nvidia's in a tough position because it's almost priced to perfection, right? So, is anything they say going to be good enough?
Here's a pop.
Yeah, it's popping. So, that being said, there's so many people watching it. It could pop just because nobody wants to miss it, right? So you'll just get unreasonable volume. 30 seconds. Get ready for some wild price action, I think.
It's popping already.
Yeah. Through the 127 all the way up to 128.
Wow. Anticipation.
Here we go. Yeah.
Oop.
They beat on
Here's
revenue.
Here we go.
Oh.
They're dropping price here.
Whoa.
Absorbing.
Should have bought when it was way down there. Oh no.
I know.
Oh my God.
I almost bought. I almost bought at 125. I was thinking, okay, here we go. Pull back. Oops,
Oh.
glad.
Okay. So they're dropping price.
Wow. So they beat all their numbers, and they beat in pretty much every category. We'll see where this goes. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? We can see that it was heading up prior to the earnings.
Okay. So starting to see some support here. Looking to get over 130. Man.
They've announced an extra $50 billion share buyback program
as
part of this earnings.
That always helps.
Okay.
My God, their gross margins are 74 to 75%.
Crazy.
Good business to be in.
Yep.
I worked in a business with a 6% margin. That was my career. That's narrow, let me tell you.
That's thin. That's like a restaurant.
So we're bidding up through 127s here. We're still looking for 130 to lift. That'll be a big moment for the stock. So I'm long Nvidia. I'm looking for 130 to break here.
Well,
just watching the order flow here. We're still kind of in the value area from the past couple of days. So not a lot of directionality yet.
No.
Indeed not. Okay, well, again, their numbers were good. Reported numbers on Nvidia were all good.
It was
yeah, they beat on sales. They beat on earnings per share. They beat in pretty much every category in terms of their growth. They announced a share buyback program. I haven't heard their forecast, but it sounds like they're forecasting towards the high end. But like we said, right, is Nvidia priced to perfection where it doesn't matter how good they are, everybody's going to think it's not enough? Tough to say. I mean, right now, sort of looking that way.
We'll need 125 here to hold, and it's not, so I'm going to bail on the long for now. So they're starting to try and break to the downside here. This should be a flush out.
Yeah.
I've got 122s. I've got 120. Not heavy, but so we're actually breaking the balance range here definitively from the past week, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
So this was the opposite side breaking.
Wow. So remember 125 something. Hold on. 125. No, it's right here. 25.83. 125.83 was the close.
just I'm short a little bit, just capturing this another next leg down. Okay, I'm out.
Yep. So our downside potential for expected move is somewhere in the 115 to 112 range.
Yeah.
So
well, that was
we've broken out of balance. Everyone who's been buying over the past week or so has been engulfed. So this is the breakdown part.
Nvidia CEO says the anticipation for Blackwell is incredible. It's the wasn't that the chip range that they had to delay because of some manufacturing challenges?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
So
I should have hung on to this down.
116s. That's why we got to have the expected move plan. So 115s starting to fill.
So Jared, that would put us down to 110.
Yeah, 110 would be kind of an extreme. I'm looking for about 112, and I know
112,
115 is
yeah,
going to have, yeah, 115
some
is going to be a
support.
little tricky to get through. So,
Looks like a
all right,
firm has stopped its upward movement.
we've hit
Yes.
one edge of the expected move range here. So you'll get a bounce here. This is your bounce area.
There are some orders at 110 and 111.
Yeah, this is like, well, I mean, Nvidia is pretty much the only thing trading, but it is moving the the entire market right now.
It's moving AMD too.
Yeah, well, no surprise there.
Nice bounce back. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for those in the chat room, this is kind of the ranges we identified this morning. I just want to show how this is very important for what we're doing here. We've got expected move levels kind of baked into an average range, and then we're expecting buyers to kind of hit there and sellers to cover. Now, the bounce effect, of course, being hard to measure, but that is what we expected off of that drop. And as you can see, it is pretty accurate.
Yeah, well done, Jared. Look at that. It's almost like you know what you're talking about.
Almost.
That's why I'm here.
Awesome. Well, yes, we're definitely getting a bounce. As you can see, we're coming right back off of that low that Jared called and moving back up into the close range.
Got a couple traders trading the bounce off the lows there.
That was I hesitated and on that flipping my position there. That was unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. Pull back right at that line.
Our bounce traders would be inclined to sell here because we're on the bottom side of the balance range. So just be thinking about like which direction we're trying to hit for each of the trades.
And that's literally right at the 9 EMA.
Mm-hmm.
Always seems to be in play.
Yeah. You watch it on the 2-minute chart, don't you? Oh, I think
I watch it on the 2-minute chart.
Oops. Oh no. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. My
1 sec. I'll bring it up on my end.
My platform crashed. Das didn't like me trying to add moving averages to my chart, apparently. And it is down.
Orders showing up to the downside here on Nvidia.
This will be a little tricky to interact with now because we're not at the edges, and theoretically that bounce allowed anyone who's been buying at 125 out of the market without too much pain. So I would say this is probably better to just kind of monitor moving forward because we'll get probably some price oscillation here.
Yeah.
All right. So
Indeed.
I'm gonna have to drop here, but
okay.
I'll let y'all kind of take the last 15 minutes over, and hopefully there's a little bit more volatility.
Well, sounds good.
So,
did you end up getting back in, Jared?
No, I wasn't able to grab it at that low.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, thanks for being here, Jared.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a fun time reading all the wiggles and the squiggles moving forward.
Thanks. Well, we are just about done here, everybody. I mean, we saw Nvidia earnings, little, not that exciting, frankly. I mean, no massive moves. It stayed within range. As you heard Jared, he'd called it, and like he shared with our traders in the chat room, right? He drew this chart this morning where he said, well, here's the expected range and where things could move. And he was dead right? When it moved down, this is exactly where it bounced from. And as you can see, moved back up. So good call on Jared's part, and appreciate his insight as always on that. Couple things. I mean, had an unexpected visitor with AFRM making some moves here. Brian took a trade on that, and it
and it's moved back up now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's moved back up here. Now it's back to a high of this aftermarket session right now.
Yeah. So not much going. Oh, I forgot. You've moved off my chart, Brent. But
yeah, which ticker?
Oh, AFRM.
AFRM.
It's back on my screen the way.
Oh, you're back.
Is.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah. But yeah, AFRM is back up. But again, things are quieting out, right? The volume is dropping.
Yeah.
As you would expect. After hours, you don't expect continued volume. It's not going to be going for too long. So, I'm surprised that we had it going for this long. Whoops. CRM didn't really do much. CRM, frankly, after hours, so that was a little disappointing. And then CrowdStrike was very disappointing, frankly, in the move. Didn't really move at all. So, quieter than we had anticipated, I suppose, on earnings. But despite the initial positive move up by a couple of dollars, you could see the big drop that it made. Good, what is that, a $12 move before it bounced, and now it looks like it's settling in. So overnight it could move more. There's often these secondary moves that happen at, or would that be a tertiary move? I don't know. Anyways, these moves that happen later, like at 7 p.m., that might move Nvidia, but we are certainly not sticking around for that. So, if you traded it, then congratulations if it worked out for you. If not, hope you learned a lesson from it.
Right on. That's the way the cookie crumbles. And AMD is kind of coming back here slowly. But firm pushed to the new high and then pulled back again. Well, the firm could be an interesting traders tomorrow morning. And obviously Nvidia and AMD will be in play tomorrow.
Absolutely.
As well as some of the other stocks. I see ARM kind of took a bit of a hit too here. Anything semiconductor related.
Yeah, I noticed a few of the semis moved. AMD, it almost looks like the Nvidia chart. Even Micron had a similar move down.
Yeah.
Intel, I think didn't do as much.
Micron's down 5% right now.
Yeah.
So, all right. I am going to drop off as well. So you will see everybody tomorrow. Peter?
All right.
See you
later,
tomorrow.
Brian. All right. Take care, everybody.
Rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll wish you a good evening, and we will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll join us for the pre-market show starting at 8:30. Take care, everybody.
Right on. Cheers.
Later.